Hello and welcome back uh, to Workers and Resources in the River Highlands map. Today we are going to continue building up our town, or at least laying out the blueprints for the town. And hopefully by the end of this I will have some construction either going on or finished. So that way we aren't just staring at a bunch of blueprints and a make-believe town that doesn't actually exist yet. Anyways, I'm gonna get on with it. Flat this out to make a nice highway connection through the road and a service road to the tramway, as well as connecting the city streets, these, to the highway. There we go. Oh, wrong button. Okay. Let's start this way. Turn too sharp. Oh, there we go. I didn't have it all the way out. Can I get 90 degrees on this, please? Maybe, what, 140 meters? Please, game. That's good enough. That, then I'd love to make it a perfect circle. That is physically impossible as far as I can tell. I will clean that up because that's a bit too jagged. Let's see. So this will be a standard road. This is the tramway. Let us have you connect there. Then we will continue up. And then connect here. Let's see, I want to use one-way roads for this. Let's turn on near snaps, that way I can get it on a single lane. And let's see if I can make this look nice and pretty. That. Get you to snap the other direction, please. Maybe if I do that. You are not being cooperative today. Why are you not being nice? Okay, now you are. I have no clue what you were doing then. I probably just didn't like the camera angle, I guess. Because of that. Yeah, no, I don't want it to be like that. I do have to move you back a little bit. space. You're doing weird stuff, aren't you? I'll let a truck run through that first to see if it's any good, and if it isn't... oh well. Then... have service road over here. I'm not gonna even bother with the service road exiting for that to have a connection to the roundabout. At least from the factory road. Instead, since they're going that way, they're on the right side of the road. Since I want them to come off it and go to the right, or to go into the city, I'll just have them come off somewhere around here and then hook up into the highway. Which is gonna have to be double-sided. I'll have to cheap out on the actual way I want to do it because I want to save money. But I'm thinking of when we actually have the highway, like the money to make the highway, I'm gonna have the right side split off, like say around here, and then go up onto a bridge and curve around. So that way the flow of traffic isn't interrupted. Have it hook into the path into the traffic circle here. Yeah, that sounds good. The disappointment I have at the moment is that there isn't a good way to hook this up. Because that would just go in the incoming traffic. Okay. Since I need to check this anyways, measuring tool, this is 28.4, that means, to make it easy, 38.4 is what's kind of needed. It's a lot taller than I thought it would be. We'll pull this back. Want the smallest possible brush here for now. Maybe a bit larger. We'll bring this over. Can't have it run right next to the railway because, as I said earlier, I want to have it where the outbound traffic from Customs House, which is going to be on the right side, has space to branch off, go over a bridge, and then enter the town that way, instead of the cheap and horrible solution that we're going to be doing just so that way it works for now. Which, temporary solutions, as someone once told me, are the ones that stay forever because no one actually gets around to fixing them. Hopefully I don't do that. just do this and not have to worry about resizing the other side. That's nice. I am, however, going to resize it just to make the drop off a bit less. This is what makes sense to have such a huge elevation? I don't think that's the right word. Incline? That's probably the correct word. Such a huge and steep incline. Since it is only like the 1920s. Yeah, 1920. And so we have the worst trucks ever. Doesn't help that we're also Russian, so we don't have good trucks. At least until later. This is expensive. 1,000 work days. Almost 300 something tons of concrete. At least I'm not building these right away. Stick it there. Then have that. No, remove that actually. Disable snap. Remove that. Then do I have space for that? Let's check that first before I continue. So do that. And I want to break you off like so. And I think it's like 8 meters. Stretch this out a bit further so that we can actually test that. Okay, yep, we should be set. That's good. Remove that for now. Bring the other highway lane in. That's a bit too close for me to do the terraforming. Let's level this off a bit, and then we shall reconnect you to the rest of the network later. Now, we're going to be cut off from the rest of the road network because we don't have the ability to take care of that. You let me do this, yes you will. Thank you, game. Delete that, have that just float there for now. And we're gonna have you. We want it to go down there. Nice smoothish slope. We'll do this. To connect like so. I know it doesn't look like I'm doing a nice smooth slope. It doesn't look like that yet. Just give me a second to go through this, and then remove that, and then I can start doing the actual slope down here. I need to get a little bit of space around here. And let's see, I'm to do this. I'll want to come out around here. might be a bit too sharp. Nope. It'll have to work. And have you connect like so. And then we shall do this. Really want you to stick out like so. I need to become a little smoother. So it's not such a steep slope. This didn't turn out quite right, so we're gonna do this and just remove you. And this should be about the midpoint, so we'll do this. Fine the slope a little bit, so that way it looks a bit nicer. We'll undo these bits, which aren't really needed, but were there to allow me to have something to attach to. And then we will do this, which will allow us to smooth up the terrain a bit more. I have to manually smooth that last bit out. So, terrain smooth tool. Actually, no. Just do this a bit. Move that back. And then, I'm gonna come back here with the road tool and try smoothing it out again. Okay. How does it look? I'm gonna go for it one time with the terrain smooth tool. I know this seems kind of productive. You don't have to do this. I'm just doing this to hopefully make it look a bit better. Looks okay. Now undo this part so we will come in a bit nicer. This looks fine. And sadly I can't make dirt roads one way. To do that I'd need either a brick road or an asphalt road. And since this would hopefully be a highway, I'd be doing it with a asphalt road. But I can make the bridges one way. So just that way we know which way it's going, and I don't do something stupid later. We'll set it up like that. We'll remove these dirt roads. Then I thought I had removed you. I did not. There we go. We'll have the inbound traffic go on this one. The outbound traffic will go on this one. And let's give you a nice, gentle incline. Need some space for the construction office, so 45 meters, pretty much right on the dot. You connect there. Make sure that these is as smooth as can be. Place the outer one, and then we'll place the inner one. The outer road and the inner road. There we go. Then anything else I need to keep in mind? Oh yes, the dirty connection path. The one that is not advisable to keep. Just to make it obvious for me to remember to remove it, we're gonna do that. And then we are going to have you connect like so. Later on this will be removed. I'll have this bridge built, which will allow us to not have the factory tram get interrupted by highway traffic. And then we can also keep the highway clear for anything that doesn't specifically have to use it to get anywhere. Then we can have this little thing here, which will allow traffic from the highway to flow into the traffic circle, into the city. I have to find a way to get hook up to the industrial road nicely. Currently it is not. Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that for later me to figure out, as I currently don't have a clue of how to fix that. Because as you see, there is no one-way, or not one-way, single-lane bridges. And for traffic leaving the city, you still have to go on the traffic circle, and then we have this nice road here that'll go on off that way. Oh, that's what I need to add. The opposite direction. Go that way. Although, why would anyone in that city have to go that way? I don't know. Probably if I'm to make a recycling center in that direction. I might need to make that a bit longer. Or have you break off here, cross, go that way. Yeah, something future me can do. That's not gonna be built anytime soon, so that can just stay as is. This, however, is gonna be built. And I'm not really sure what to do with this, because I want to directly hook it up into the road for here. But I also don't want it crossing the tram tracks, or having them build a bridge. That said, I am going to be building the access road for basically just ignoring the traffic circle for the factory traffic. Yes, you're being a pain in the butt, because you are a pain in the butt. Will you please nicely connect? Perhaps in the other direction. So, have you go this way, then have you next to the traffic a bit, and we'll have you connect around here. Should be good. Should hopefully prevent any backlogs from happening. Let's give you a bit more space to work with. Because that curve doesn't look nice to me. And that just looks worse. That'll have to do. There really is not a nice way for me to do this, is there? I'll just do that for now. Fix that direction so it's going the correct way. Hopefully that looks better when I pave this. So now this is making me think I've made a mistake. Let's see. I have, what is it, 3 of these clothing factories, and then a fabric factory. Which is this one, I think, right? Yes. That's 115 people. And then 80 times 3. It's 24. 240, I mean. 115 plus 240, that should be 355, right? Yeah. And the pain in the butt is that I need 3 shifts of 55 people. Let me double check my math just to make sure I have that right. 5 times 1,000. Let's just round it up to 1,100 people total, plus the people needed to run the services. I don't think we have enough houses in this city yet. And they also aren't connected to the tram, which thankfully tram stations can be used as bus stations as well, I think. So even if I don't put in the tram line right now, I can at least let them get on a bus. Although that's its own pain. Because That's 355 people I'm having to ship by bus. The rowboat that we have access to at the moment can only transport 15 people. So, yes, I know this math is boring, but this is something accurate. 24 buses. 24 buses of people. Every shift. What if I use the horse passenger carriage? 355 divided by 28. That's better, but that's still 13 horse carriages. Okay, and a road train. Don't really particularly want to use that. Tram. What do we have in terms of passenger trams? I have no clue what that's from. 35 kilometers an hour. You carry 65 passengers. That's good. It's very good. Means you might not be in the double digits. In fact, you shouldn't be in the double digits. Yeah, 6 trams. And you... I know what you are. Your passenger car isn't in here. Your passenger car is over here, and it is... Where is it? It's not it. Where'd it go? Meat tram, waste tram, cargo tram, chemical tram, beer tram, MP, fluid, aggregate, EG6. That is weird. Well, it's supposed to have a passenger wagon of 49 passengers, and you can fit 2 of them if you have a train depot and you put it there first. But I don't even have electrified lines, so I can't get you anywhere. And there's only one of you. You by yourself can only carry 1 person. Which... that is not a winning idea at all. I don't want to use any of these random cars. Right, they do an update on you. 3358. I don't think any of these are 3358. Nope. 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 Yeah, I don't know what happened to your wagon. It just vanished. Okay. Motor wagon. I don't think these can go on tram tracks. Length of 11 meters. I don't think I can fit you on the back of a lorry either. Transport. Can transport. No, that's not what I want to know. See, I wish this would tell me what vehicles it can transport. Although that might make the list a bit too extensive. Okay. Yeah, I'll write off the cost purchase one. What can carry you? An American truck. But that might be a tad unbalanced. A horse vehicle flatbed. Oh, that is good. Motor barge, train wagons, a train ferry, something I'm not using. Okay. So I'm gonna have to buy a wagon. Oh, don't have to buy a wagon, but I really don't feel like laying down track just to get a tram in. Because that's a bit more than a tad expensive. Especially for us. People with no income. Or very little income. So we'll do this. And then you will need a horse feeder. There is a 3-horse feeder, which we will use. Open hall, there you are. Let's favorite you for now. How many horses can you have? 6. Guess your speed doesn't change. Yeah, just buy one with 6 horses for now. We need you to have a covered hall. I'll go with this one. Then we want to assign the feed station. And let's start plopping down another, either expand the neighborhood or plop down more neighborhoods. I know this section might be a little boring, as with the last video might be, as most of what I'm doing is throwing down blueprints, building nothing, and doing terrain management. Terrain management is a pain, and you're never going to escape it throughout the entire game. Until you've built literally all the buildings you're ever gonna build. Which it's probably gonna be never, if I'm to be honest. A little bit pushed back, and then I should have enough space to expand the neighborhood as far as I think I can expand it before people stop being able to walk. I have to figure out where I'm gonna put a new supermarket. Okay, let me do a quick check. We're using medium building. I think these have 65 people in them, right? Yes, 65 people. Let me do a quick check of how many buildings I actually plopped down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so we have capacity for 900-ish people. To be on the safe side, I kinda want double that capacity. Let's see, shopping center. How far are we looking right now? 200 meters, okay. Let's fill out this section right now. We want grid snapping enabled, so there we go. This. Can I fit a house here? Yes, I can. Can I fit two? I don't think I can fit two behind you. Nope. Okay. Can I fit? Nope, I just went to the one that I already checked. Nope. It's probably gonna be one with more people in it. You are actually too wide. Nope, not building you yet, because you should probably be locked behind prefab panel construction, and you're not. Only because you're not actually using prefab panels. So, let's see. If I wanted to use the building I'm thinking of, I'd need Soviet functionalism. I think I'll just leave this in open space for now. Pathways be built around it to ensure I don't actually take that construction space later. That. Have you continue straight. I'll build something there, not a house or anything, but like a garden. I don't need you open anymore. Housing. Let's go with the larger ones for this section. And there's a kindergarten here, schools over there. Kind of want to keep that in the same general area so I don't have to build another one yet. So we'll build them this way. Now that's no brain, not good. Who don't actually. Ooh. It explains a lot why I could never get you to look nice when it came to the paths when I was trying to align you via the grid. Okay. I can fit two of you here, so we'll do this. Then another row like so. Directly behind you. Then have a path that goes down this way. And hook up the residences to the path. That's 180, 360 more people. Okay, we're close to having twice the amount. And this side, probably have to do yep, I can't fit you here. can fit your smaller cousin. Go in here. And can I fit one behind? No, I can't. I can, just not the way I want to, or where I want to. So instead, we'll do this. Exceedingly close quarters apartments. Fit you there. Give you your connection to the road. Then I really do not believe I can fit you in here. Yeah, maybe if I remove the path first. Let's try that. Should maybe fit if I do this. I can shove the path back in once I'm done. Can I? Yes. There we go. Queue up to the road network. Now that's another 180 plus 265, so that's plus 130. 1,600 people. I'll fill out the rest of this area and then consider that good enough. For this part, I'm not gonna care too much about saving space. I'm planning on using the space in the middle for a small park. Go. Our children's playground, that's a small one, I think, right? Monuments, children's playground. No, it is not the small one. Medium one? Oh, that's the large one. Okay. 200 meters. I think that's the corner. Yeah, I don't think you're hitting that house. But I'll leave it like so. Instead, we'll build a... There's a Lenin statue here, right? Copper. Nope, that's the concrete one. What is the thing I should use as the... I do want to build a tank monument. Guess I can blueprint it and have it sit there till I'm ready. I don't remember ever getting this one. Might be from Pack. Cow. Random posters. I guess. That doesn't seem to work. Nope. I feel like this would fit more in an industrial area or a sciencey area. Nope, that one's a cheat. This might work. Let's plot you there. you. I want to try to fit in... God, I'm looking for it and I'm blind. No, not pub and not that. Send you back to kiosk for now. Football field. Nope, too big. I can probably fit you in if I finagle a little. Move the statue off to the side a little bit instead of having you in the center. That's where I want the statue to be, so... Yes, I know that for some reason apparently people can't play sports when it's cold. That. To get this to work properly, I need to do so. That forces a section there. That. Redo this little house connection. Then I'm not gonna put anything else back here than trees, because I don't think I can fit another building here. Oh, I can probably shove some utilities there. Which I should probably do before planting trees, or the trees will just get destroyed. I don't like the fact that there's a path there. Fine, I'll delete that path temporarily. We'll have you placed there. Rebuild the road, or not road, path. Then I need an electrical substation. Preferably the one they walk to. I don't think I can get away with one, so you'll have one of them be right here. Yeah, right here. Or no, close to the station. Okay, I put a tram taffo on this road. No, I did not. I also need the electrical substations up there. But first, let's get this out of the way. Review. I was hoping to put one right there, but it might be hard to do without grid snapping. Can I get you nicely centered right there? Yeah, that's good. Have it so. I did select the right one, right? Tram taffo, yep. So let's see how far this reaches out. Covers almost the entire thing, though you probably don't have enough capacity to actually carry the entire thing, so let's put another one right here. I think I got everything else. And it overlaps, so they'll share the burden a little bit. And because this is important to ensure I have power to, because I'm going to be building over here later, I'm just gonna insert one right here before I build anything and make sure there's no room. As well as placing a substation here. Let's see, that's 2 substations for water. They cover the entire area. That should hopefully be enough. Now, did I do any water up here? No, I did not. So, we need water for these 4 buildings. Oh, right. Building's bigger than it looks because it's a square. We'll have you hook up here, then a electrical substation like so. You grab everything here, yes. Let me do a quick check on the usage real quick of power. 357 kilobytes. $60 times 3 plus 357. And then I don't think the warehouse takes any, or the grain storage, but let me double check. Grain storage, we're using this one, I think, right? Yep, looks about it. That's another 50 kilowatts. And then the warehouse. This one without tracks, and I think it's the largest one. Yep. You use any power, you use 50 kilowatts. 637 kilowatts, that's a bit more than half a gigawatt, I think. So we should be good. Yeah, we should be good. Don't have to worry about running out of power because the substation's overloaded. Honestly, I thought it'd take more. We're gonna need to split you up. Also find a way to hook you up into the local grid once I actually have native power generation. So now, not gonna worry about that. I am, however, gonna worry about this. Too big. I don't need that many switches. I need that in the reverse. Yep, that'll work. Swap that back to this and then have you on there. Let's see. Energy, I want to go. I want most of the medium ones to be pointing this way, so. No, I could flatten the terrain here. Have it come out like this. Yeah, that looks better, I think. Other than when I hook it up to a local grid. I can redo it later. Doing another temporary solution that's not gonna be temporary, am I? Time to do some digging. Power. so. And just to get this done. Come on, up we go. Done, and the switch be built about here. Should be about as directly lined up as I can get it. Then we're gonna drag the 8 megawatt. Yeah, I meant to say a bit more than half a megawatt earlier instead of a half a gigawatt. Yep, I said the wrong bloody capacity. Oh well. So, that way this can be repaired. Wire. So far I need, what is it, 3 for the city, 1 for the industry area, and then 1 for the tram. City, 1 for the industry, 1 for the tram. Okay. Probably best to do this then. Here, jump the track, and continue the track a bit. There we go. Industry's hooked up. Now for the city. Let's see. You down, have you hook up, like so. Bring you down here, and then going to that transformer. I want you going to the other transformer. So let's have you this route. Sure, I don't make this useless. This will be the boundaries. Have the electricity. Up nicely to almost directly on point, like so. still... What are you doing? You're hooked up nicely. Now one that goes in the middle of the city. Oh, I screwed that up. Fix that real quick. Ooh. I want you to go from there this way. The area that's going to become a park. And I think that's all of the ones I need to hook up at the moment? Yes, should be. Yes. Until I plug out the power, the water station. Which will also serve as the dual purpose of the stop for maintenance workers. So let's start on the maintenance workers. There it is. I want a small one. And I want to try to fit it in the middle of the construction crews as possible. I'm not gonna use this one because that's a kind of ridiculously large. Might use those for airports or something. You're nice and cute. You don't even reach across the road. Just a bit too small for me. Okay, so I need to increase the height stuff over here. Go ahead and get in line with the rest of the stuff. vehicle station. There. And then you can store, how much is it? Oh, that's the medium one. I think you're gonna need a small warehouse for covered goods. That way you can store enough to be useful. Let's see. Doesn't need to be a lot. Should be more than enough. There you do that, and then storage, warehouse. We'll put it about so. Now water. Yeah, this layout, I should probably have an entrance to the city over here. Wonder if there's a way to prevent other stuff from entering from that direction. So we need a water treatment plant. We'll be using you. A nice looking water treatment facility. And then what I'm gonna use for the intake. Guess you, because you look nice and you don't need workers. Next step is water storage. So I don't have to worry about emptying the water too quickly. Don't want that. These look more in place near the industrial area, I guess. Yeah, you'll do, I guess. Water switches, check. Water pumping. We'll do a large facility. Maybe a small one. Nah, let's do a large one just that way all the water lines help get pressure. I don't have to worry about trying to do a gradient or anything. Let's make sure I have a water substation there, water substation there. Then water substation here, and then I have to hook the fabric factory up to a water line. So let's see. I want you to be... have to remove the diagonal path for a bit. So do that. You... nope, you're still not happy. If I remove the path tile. Yep, you're happy now. Then rebuild the paths that I removed. Hook you up. And this will hold the city water. Which we have the nice ability of not having to directly hook each one to a water tower. We can instead use water switches between the water tower and the substations. So, like so. And have a pipe come out and hook up to the switch. And since each substation can only hold 20... I don't want to say liters, but that might just be the easiest thing to say. What was the storage? 20 meters cubed of water. That's about the same as a small water pipe at full pressure. So I'm gonna be using a small water pipe, and then not at full pressure when it's out of the tower, I'll interrupt the flow by removing a pipe and then building a pump, which might not bring it exactly the max pressure, but it will bring it closer to the max pressure. Now back to this. There's one more over here. A large water pipe carries, what is it? 2 mediums and a small. Seems about right, and then that means, yep, 5 small pipes. So I'm gonna want a second switch over here, I guess. If you hook up like so, then bring a medium pipe over here. That should be the water for the city at the moment. And now I need the water for the factory. So we will have be directly pumped over here instead of having a tower. As I'm mostly concerned about just getting the water here. I don't care if the factory has to stop for a minute or two because it doesn't have all the water it needs. Factory isn't gonna die. Citizens will. That or they'll leave. Neither of which is something we want. Let me check the sewage pipe real quick. Okay, it's that direction. I don't have to worry about blocking it. And you needed how much water? 12 meters cubed. So a small pipe should be good for you. So then water will be, where is it? Filtration system. Comes in bottom right, leaves top left. A little annoying. Do it here maybe? Because I need to leave space for a distribution distribution office around here, and then the waste office. Actually, I can put in the waste office right now. Get that out of the way so I don't have to worry about it later. Waste office, and this space will be left for distribution offices. Let me just mark this off with a dirt road so I make sure not to infringe on that area. Here, we're going to infringe on this area and make it a bit flatter. So we're going to be bringing the city up to here. Road. I suppose at this point I'm just gonna have to have a tram cross. So let's do this. We'll go over here. Also, gonna be happy. Other than my occasional car dump truck passing into the station. Then remove this. Like me trying to build it that close, okay. Go. That's connected. Oh yeah, that's right. You're also gonna need water because you have workers in there. I can just drag a pipe over from there. Is it the cheapest option? No. Am I gonna spend time actually thinking about this problem more than 2 seconds? Also no. So you can have a little substation there for your water. Then for your energy needs, we're gonna have a substation like so. Go covers the power station. And we're just gonna have you run your electricity back over there. Like so. What's the range on this again? Okay. You use, what is it, I think coal, right? Yeah. No. Yeah, coal. You can store 10 tons, and you can store 10 tons of the export. Good. You'll make a little bit of waste. That doesn't seem right. Aggregate export. Oh. Okay. Oh, whatever. Hopefully you don't break. If not, I'll go and fix the file. And the electric pump. Let's see. I basically want you right next to this plant. Here. Let's remove this for a second so I can can't see that because I need to remove you. Okay, let's flatten you out. And place you again. Like so. I really wish you had an access point on this side. Oh, whatever. We're gonna hook up the water pipes. We're gonna need 3 of these to produce 360s cubed. No, we're only gonna need 2. You only have 2 outputs. Yeah, we're gonna need more than what there is. You're gonna get polluted because of the factory. You're polluted because I'm building buildings there, but this probably is okay. I'll do it like that. Then we'll have run go to that tower, and then we will directly pump you over to the factory area. Like so. A bit sticking out of the ground, right? Yeah. And then hopefully the gravity pressure on this is good enough. If I knew how much of a change it was doing, I could better guesstimate it, but it doesn't. I'm just hoping. 3 pipes bringing water down into the filtration, which then gets pushed into the, or pulled into the pump, which then gets pushed into the water tower, and industrial air water switch. And then we need sewage tanks to take away the sewage. Oh, really you don't. You don't really need both the piping and the sewage outflows. Assuming you don't build anything with a pipe. It's just, I'd rather have this all nice and set up. So even if I don't build it, and I use the technical office to just ship water in for now, I can at least have this set up and ready to go when I have the money for it. And one on the other side of town. Everything covered? I think so. There's 2 of them. I can combine them into 1 sewage pipe with a switch. We'll put you right there, and then hopefully I have enough terrain height to actually do this. It's gonna be annoying otherwise. Yes, I do. And now, I'd like to do sewage treatment. That's an expensive thing, so instead what we're gonna do is make a bunch of pollution. This coast sucks. That's stone, and I don't think the office is anywhere close enough for me to do terrain modification. Could do this. Or this. I need to do something to discharge the sewage. We'll put you right here. And because the maximum any pipe can take currently is 75, which is like 2 small pipes. You're at your max capacity already. You're gonna directly take that out. Now that I think about it, you probably aren't connected to sewage, are you? Well, sucks for the people working there, I guess. Put a sewage tank over here. Then I want a switch. there. Make sure that you're hooked up. Small pipe. Then small pipe. Like so. Medium pipe. Why are you above the terrain? Seriously, how? Oh, it's because of the road. That's a lot of work. Well, that's a fail. That's completely above the terrain. Why didn't you complain about that? That looks different than what you showed me. Okay, let's undo that for now. They're gonna do this. And then, yep, that fixes the problem. Let's check the rest of the line, although I doubt it'll have the same egregious error. And these are gonna be some expensive-ass sewage pipes. But it'll be worth it in the end, I guess. It's better than the alternative, having everyone get sick because we have sewage in the buildings. Maintenance workers aside. So these need to be built, that needs to be built. And now I want that suspended, that suspended. You to also be suspended. And I want one factory done. Here wasn't so steep. I'd try to make a little access road. But I don't think I can make this any less steep, to be honest. Oh, that would also be the tram line too. Something I don't want to do that with. Speaking of which, I need to make a little access point over here. So when I redo this road into a tram line, it doesn't just stop the temporary bus line. I'm forgetting something, aren't I? That's right, the horse-drawn carriage that can move the tram for us. I don't need to worry about that, actually. I can just directly build it if I have the money. Okay, let me plop down a small tram depot then. I'd really like it to be in this area where this is. That's very hard to do terrain-wise. This video is getting a little long. Guess I'll end the video here. Still haven't gotten to the part where we actually build a town. Instead we just laid out more blueprints, more highway blueprints, Realize that we can indeed transport a small tram thanks to a horse-drawn flatbed. And set up the basics of public utilities without actually building them yet. That will... Hopefully the next episode's the last one where I'm only doing blueprint stuff. Until then, goodbye. Have a good night.